Here we are for a Racing Rant preview on Friday, goodness knows what, towards the end of August, in the Chilly Willy Park. We've got a new Gord.
A haircut, or
yeah, he's still ginger. Peter, welcome to the show.
Thanks,
thank you so much for coming. Peter's an esteemed judge, and we thought he'd be a good replacement for Gord this week, who's on a Bucks party or something. Where is Gord?
He's at a school reunion.
Oh,
but yeah, the Twitterverse will come alight this afternoon because one of their favourite sons has finally appeared.
Oh, is you a Twitter man?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah,
big Twitter man.
Yeah, don't want it. Yeah,
the Keg. He's infamous on Twitter, and Crookie has even given me some questions to ask you for later.
Yes.
So Gord's at a reunion. They're great, those reunions, when you get about 40. All those girls at school you wanted to bang, you see them, and then you go, no, you don't want to touch them.
Here's the tricky bit about Gord's school reunion. He went to a boys-only selective school, high school.
Oh, it's only boys then. Okay, we'll be. Oh, okay, I'll take it back. I'm still in baby blue. Thanks again for my sloppy, guys. I've been a bit unwell, so I'm warm and toasty and cuddly. Tomorrow, Rose Hill, guys. Rail out 6 metres. Got the aeroplane. Getting used to everything here.
You can't hear him, Glenn. We're mic'd up here.
Oh, we're mic'd up.
Yeah, it's all good. Yeah, 6 metre rail on a fast track tomorrow at Rose Hill. It does mean that you know, the fence will offer some favours to certain horses, certain leaders, certain soft runs. So be on the lookout for that. Have you got any? How deep are you into Sydney form?
Yeah, pretty deep. Obviously, I look at Adelaide a fair bit, but with just the 2 meetings, you can sort of. There's a fair bit of time to sort of get stuck into New South Wales. So.
Okay, and for those who don't know, Peter's Roy's brother, who have had Roy on 2 preview shows, and he's set to make a reappearance next week. Is there much competitiveness between you?
Yeah,
really?
Yeah. I was pulling his tail a couple of times on here, that's for sure. So, hopefully I can get the better of him here today.
Right. Okay, very good. Well, we'll kick off with the highway, and that's where the highway should be. $2.05 Lifesaver. $7 is Nick's Vendetta. Sorry, $5.50 Mossman Gorge, $7 Nick's Vendetta, $9.50 Red Knot, $13 Levy Bank, $14 Under Oath, another Bjorn cast off, and $19 Music Magic heads the remainder.
Bit of a yawn, isn't it, guys?
It is a bit of a yawn. Well, Lifesaver, you imagine, tries to jump on the lead. Mossman Gorge will obviously head forward. A 3-year-old up from 1,000, second up here. I thought Music Magic could hold her, Ali. I think it's a girl. Maybe it's not.
It is.
Even though it sometimes races back. Under Oath and Nick's Vendetta will be prominent. And Levy Bank perhaps rails midfield. Yeah, it is a yawn. Is this good enough form?
Yes, unfortunately it is, Mark. It is second up. We've lost a paper here. We're gone, but it's run second to the Boom Horse, another sin. Nearly won the race on protest in that race. Another sin's touted, and it says Matthew Dunn. It says boring Ty Anglin. He's a yawn as well.
Yeah. So
everything about the race is a yawn, but it looks like it gets the job done to me.
All right. So you're bailing straight away. Pete, you got an opinion on this race?
I agree with Glenn. I think that form should be good enough for here. Just that gap to third. Thought it might be a bit shorter in the market. Actually, I thought it might be a bit more odds on. I think what is it, evens now, is it?
Yeah.
$2.10 to 5 this morning. You think that's? You must think that's an okay bet then.
Are you a short end of the market player?
Not necessarily.
You have a reputation on Twitter for finding. You found that roughie of that local roughie of not Ethne Patowski's, or it was the
at Hawkesbury.
Hawkesbury.
Yeah,
it was 300 to 1 chance. 2 meetings back.
Dragon something it was called.
Yeah, led all the way. Yeah.
Dragon led.
Yeah, he's legendary. Like he's shouting bars after that. Anyway.
I just think this will start shorter. I think you know that $1.80. I think it'll start $1.80.
All right, so he's straight in. He doesn't want to just tip the winner. He wants to tip the firmer.
There's only 2 hopes hitting the Matt Dale horse.
Right.
And it's all very Matthew Dunny. All of these highways now, it's all become a bit yawny. Like they're up there with Winks now. This Matthew Dunstable. And boring.
Well, Brett Kavanagh won 2 weeks ago. Tipped out Matthew Dunn.
Yeah, okay. Another sin or something?
Yeah, so talk to me about the second pick there, Pete, Mossman Gorge.
3-year-old, had some okay 2-year-old form last prep. Got the job done at Kembla first up. Pretty well ridden, straight to the front, sort of. Yeah,
so do you think it'll be trying to cross here? Is that a...
The way you're talking, mate, you're predicting a bit of pace in this race.
No, not really. There's probably only 2 horses that can lead the race, even though Under Oath has got some recent pace numbers, but I remember it when Bjorn had it. It was a very slow thing.
They're trying to just sort of tuck him behind with it at the moment.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, look, it's the only thing that could add some spice to the race if Jay Ford puts the pedal to the floor. Nix Vendetta, Glenn, I must say, this horse, when you look at its record, you go, hang on, what's it doing at 14? What's it doing at 13? What's it doing at 15? It really should be at 12 or possibly even 11.
Finds 1100 tomorrow, but back 400 metres. I marked the third pick, guys, and I like how it's had the 4 weeks off. It's a professional little thing. It's had 19 starts for 3 wins and 10 placings. So, you know, it's in there somewhere. Josh Adams is a kid to be followed at the moment too. He's a little bit on fire, Josh.
He sure is. And the only other one I wanted to mention, and she's a 6-year-old mare, and she's owned by the Tynans, but she does actually have some midweek form, and like a soft draw to place, I suppose.
That horse was Music Magic?
Music Magic. Anyway, I'm sorry, I've devoted way too much time to a boring highway. Move on to a boring Fillies and Mares 1500, which is $2.70 a woke, scratched from Wednesday at Warwick Farm. Scratched from the famous race, the Jemadar race.
Yeah, didn't want to take on the champ.
$5 is Katachek, $6.50 Prada Miss, $6.50 Marakita, 7 Gretna, 11 Elura, and the other 3 are rough. Now,
another boring race, guys?
Yeah. Well, we do need Gretna to back up here, don't we?
Do you think it will?
We definitely need Gretna to back up here, and it's got more chance tomorrow than it had on Wednesday.
Yeah, much more chance.
Much more chance. It gets a bit of control tomorrow from the right draw. We're stuck down there in hell at Warwick Farm on the inside, which is just a diabolical spot. Has been for about 3 or 4 meetings now, so it's been a bit of a chance for us out there at Warwick Farm, them outside marbles, mate.
Definitely. It's you saw the gun there, like channeling Nash there on Jemadar in the last.
He was channeling Nash.
He actually does ride that 1400 particularly well. Okay, so let's assume that Gretna backs up here. She finds the front.
Yep.
Katachek was ridden cold at Kembla, but forward at Randwick, and I'd suggest that he won't give the alley away on Katachek tomorrow, so just box seating, which leaves either Prada Miss or Awoke to do the chasing without cover. You got any opinion on this map here, Pete?
Yeah, okay, so if Gretna runs it, yeah, it'll lead for sure. And then I just had the top 2 just tagging.
Okay. And is that a problem? I never like to see horses that are in that one-off position doing a bit of chasing.
Are you talking about Awoke?
Well, I mean, it's not really Huey's style. Huey wants one out, one back here.
Yeah.
He's some chance to get that though.
He is some chance to get that because Prada Miss might find herself actually in front of him, and he's just in behind.
Chat, guys, talk to me about it. I see that on the day there, it was the slowest of 1200 metres by about a second and a bit.
Yeah, it was a complete walking race.
Yeah.
Penza just took it to the back because, like most Kembla tracks, it's a bit down the outside.
Right.
So he
saw
thought,
they jiggy jog.
I want to be there.
Yeah.
But at the same time, they just crawled along. I mean,
forget the time.
Probably.
Worries me a little bit. Doesn't one just tip itself here? Ticks all boxes. Third up.
The trial is interesting, isn't it?
The trial was terrific. Huey Bowman. Doesn't it just tip itself?
It does, as far as I'm concerned.
Shin cancer's come back again. Fucking hell. My shoulder cancer got better. Now I got shin cancer again.
It won't matter in a month.
Less than a month now, guys. Oh no, about a month. Up there swinging. Can't wait.
Pete, where do you want to go?
Yeah, I just think there's the two chances, Awoke and Chatterchuck. I don't think there's that much between them.
Okay. I was one clearly from 3. I thought the back up here with the soft lead and the outside marble with Shin really was enticing.
Yeah, in my head I thought it was going to be scratched, so I'm probably...
We haven't even mentioned Allura Mera for win at the track and distance last start. Kath going for the double, we just can't even...
Just flying. You look at Allura and she's twice the price of Marakita, and I'm trying to differentiate their runs the other day. They just both look identical runs, except Allura won.
I think it was a better run, the winner.
Yeah, so, and Prada Miss, well, she had the race to win. I know she was coming off a highway the other day, but it was like she PR'd. And she's half the price of Allura as well. I managed to mark Awoke $2.40. And obviously number 2 looks some sort of danger, even though I never sort of imagined her as a 1500 metre horse originally, but it's a bit of a tired old race. Race 3, back to 1100 here, benchmark 78, $3.50 Tango Rain, and a very interesting 2-year-old, nearly 3, Marsupial, $4.80. $6 Improvement, $6 Skylight Glow, mare returning off a long spell, $7.50 Pumpkin Pie, and everything else is long, headed by Isorich.
Who's always long.
Who's $21.
Always long, and never does you a favour. Even though it wins plenty of races. Gosh, it's
you ever been on Isorich, Pete?
Oh,
have you ever backed
somewhere, yeah, maybe Wong or something like that, maybe.
Right, no, not in town. He's not a city horse.
You don't remember going, you beauty, Isorich? No. He's just there to absolutely... And then with the double of Lee Megorian, who's all of a sudden started to ride a bit better since I potted him last week.
Has he?
Oh, he ran second or something during the week.
Yeah. The Wallace Stayer that resumed last week.
Yeah.
He looks to get a good run here too, Isorich, so you probably...
Well, yeah, but isn't he? He's a bit of a one pacer, so barrier one.
Might need a bit more galloping room there, sure.
Yeah, didn't that horse? I suggest last week that in that 1400 one by Coming Through, where Lee Megorian ran second, that it was the way it was positioned in the straight, that it had the wind right up its backside and it was just fair dinkum thrusting it forward.
Okay.
Just a theory.
Another theory.
Anyway, this 1100 metre race.
Bit of a mounting yard mile race for me, these race guys, with everything first up. A lot of runners first up, and Tango Rain, what do we make of its run the other day?
It was...
Average.
I don't know, it looked like it was struggling in the ground, but it didn't really make sense. Anyway, I'm forecasting Tango Rain to launch on the lead here, Improvement to be revved up outside the lead, Beau Tarage in behind the speed with Isorich, Salerno probably posted. You want to take this up, Pete?
I'm keen on the 2/3-year-old Marsupial. I think it's got pretty good 2-year-old form. It beat Frolic and finished behind Property down in Melbourne. Didn't have much luck. And it's 2 trials this time in have been super.
They've been good trials, haven't they?
They just look really good. A slight knock is where it's going to get to in the run. Hoping it just can tag across and tuck in behind.
It is a bit of DF, isn't it?
It is a hard race to prognosticate, if that's the word, on the Friday.
What do you mean? You want the mounting yard? Is that what you're saying?
Oh, definitely for me here, Mark. I mean, the Improvement's a terrific little horse.
We'll have to start live streaming, you know. Skylight
Glow's nearly had a year off, has stack of ability, finds a stable change there. Pumpkin Pie, you know, it trialled okay at Golden, but the horse that ran second at Highway got distance during the week. And then you got the 3-year-old down the bottom. I'm interested.
He did get, he sort of, he quickly had enough in that preparation, didn't he? Because he won on debut and then he got sent to Melbourne.
Yeah.
And then tried to come back. I think that, you know, obviously it augurs well for resuming in his second preparation.
Glenn Schofield riding at 53 kilos, does that surprise you?
Well, is that good Glenn or bad Glenn at 53?
Or just starving Glenn, which means you'd be bad Glenn. If you're starving, you'd be bad, wouldn't you? Guys, I'm tipping 2 from 4 with big question marks on every runner in the race. Pete, what are you doing?
Yeah, I'm real keen. Marsupial, hoping for a bit of good Glen. Hoping to get across, just get a little tag in. I think he'll be real strong.
Marcus.
So talk to me about 2, Glenn. Glenn, what are you seeing? What do you like? She won that sequence of races, and she didn't disgrace herself subsequently. She's just found sticky situations.
I just thought, you know, something which I should follow more and I don't like is when I nominate the best horse in the race, I generally seem to muck it up from there. Cambage went around at Hawkesbury, so I thought it was the best horse in the race, $15. Couldn't really have it from the mounting yard, wins by 3 lengths. Fucking, they drive me mad, best horse in the race. I thought Improvement was the best horse in the race.
Okay. I fell into the second upper, which could be flat, Tango Rain, but I thought it was an unsuitable assignment for it the other day, and I remember this horse 12 months ago. He had brilliant speed, and I thought he would be able to lead Improvement, but if Improvement were to cross him, I would be less than happy. Yeah,
well, I'd be most unhappy with Tango if that happened, but I'm happy to be on Improvement thinking she's going to be OSL. Well, it can work here because we've seen horses like Magnajoy. Remember Magnajoy sat outside the lead here in 1100. The 1100 at Rose Hill is often a feature for the first 4 around the turn, which... Race 4, guys. Let's move on to the 2,000 metre boring staying race. Alwood, $2.60. Can we hear Ginger Nuts going pendulum? It's 2,000 metres, and he did fall into making his best bet
in the distance race on Wednesday. I'm tipping that won't happen again.
What was that?
Queen of Heights.
Oh, wow. Oh, a very unfashionable horse, that, for the Gord.
Anyway, so yeah, I think he'll be a bit more circumspect in the distance races in future.
Right.
So $2.60 the favourite, $5 Vaucluse Bay, the cardiac arrhythmia horse, $9.50 Chatelard, who's unbeaten but despised by the look of it, $9.50 Meet and Greet, $13 Miss Dubois, $13 Not a Gypsy, $14 Quick Defence, Rough the Others, including Hunter Jack, who's a last start city winner, but having his runs spaced, stepping up sharply in distance. Hunter Jack to seek the lead here. I imagine that Nat King Sue will hand up. Meet and Greet races handy.
Why did you say Nat King Sue? Is that his name?
Oh, Nat King Coo?
Oh, it's Coo. Yeah, I thought it is Nat King. Don't start getting like Flindell. Just get the names right. I thought maybe it's, yeah. Anyway, Nat King Coo.
Nat King Coo, I think he'll hand up, Glenn, going to the 2000. So yeah, Hunter Jack to launch himself for the lead. Meet and Greet on the speed, and Vaucluse Bay seeking one out, one back.
Okay. Most horses do seem to resurrect themselves after the cardiac arrhythmia. What are your thoughts on it, Pete?
Yeah, it seemed to trial okay. Just out the back, sort of finished off okay. Not under much pressure. I guess you can just pen the run, can you?
Well, it PR'd, and then it didn't PR. But man, it didn't like not PRing. It didn't like not PRing.
It got beaten too far though, didn't it? Just
to say that's its form.
Well, Glenn likes it. Glenn generally likes them to be tailed off.
Yeah, I don't mind
tailed off. Yeah. I'm happy with that with the trial since, and it seemed to trial okay.
But you're a man that's across all form everywhere. Talk to us about this shipper.
So it's had 3 runs in Melbourne. Its first run was very good. Quite unlucky. Second start, sort of got back. Wanted to hang a little bit. Finished off very strongly, and then the third up run, Flemington 2000, was a super win.
It shit him.
That last 600 and 200, those sectionals were just dynamic.
It tips itself a bit here tomorrow, doesn't it?
Yeah.
All right.
Gosh, so it's a stinking favourite day tomorrow.
Yeah,
are you forecasting this horse to firm then?
What are we, like 260?
No, I think that's its range. It can't be evens, can it? And it can't be 5 to 2.
Yeah, I agree with all that. Yeah, I think
that's its range, 6 to 4.
Yep.
I was tipping 4 on top, guys, to beat 2 Vaucluse Bay coming off the cardiac arrhythmia, and for third, Not a Gypsy. She's had the 2 runs back now, and they've been spaced, and she's a so and so. I suppose number 5 for 4. If it's had the 3 starts, 3 wins, and $9.50. I can't imagine me going around a loser, but again, like almost $33.
Well, what about the fact that the Canberra mare just stuck on like glue there the other day? Yeah. It wasn't a wrap for it, was it?
Wasn't a wrap for it.
But token of love, I'm speaking of. It, after doing a bit of work in the run, and Chatelard just takes over on the turn, and then hello,
stick. 4 tips itself there, Mark. You'll be tipping it, aren't you?
Yeah.
Keen.
It's a qualifier for bet of the day.
Yeah.
I don't like.
Yeah, I understand.
I don't like looking for the way horse.
Maybe it is 5 to 4. Maybe 220 is the range.
Yeah, well, look,
we'll see tomorrow.
There's just
there's a few with a few crosses, and it's got a fair bit of positive.
So what about this Hunter Jack, Glenn? Because it's $26. It won at 50s the other day with Hieronymus on it. Obviously, you want Hieronymus on it again, but
what goes Hieronymus to Courtney Vandervoort? Like you just go pen. You go freak rider to lovely little kid who, should be minding children in a preschool somewhere.
She was the hottest apprentice. You know how we have this series of hot girl apprentices?
Mm-hmm. Like good looking, you mean?
No, as in hot rider back when it was 18 months ago or more? No, Winona was 18 months ago. 2.5 years ago, Courtney Vandervoort.
Jeez, I don't remember that, Mark.
Yeah, Horry was tipping her hot and strong.
Was he, eh?
Yeah, she was going good. So then there was Winona, who's just returned from...
It's Courtney 3 years later, still claims 3. What happened to her? Fall off the wagon? What not?
It expired, the purple patch.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, I've seen young Courtney go around and she pushes her out okay, but we're talking about Hieronymus off to Courtney.
No, fair enough.
Just pen. You just go, pen. Also, it's like 42 days off, second up, going up 500 metres, 6 weeks off. What do you like about the fact that it just takes the running up? It's an 8-year-old gelding who's a has-been.
Just actually looking at its form, it has been very competitive at long odds a lot.
Okay, so it's the ISA-rich of stayers.
Yes, it is.
Okay,
it will be straight to the front to sort of lone lead.
Yeah, but you know, it's a very one-pace thing. It'll need some strength up above, and Glenn's just basically poo-pooing it because it's not. The Premier's Cup, time-honoured, race 5. Where do we start? $3.10 Broadside. Just
interesting.
Out of left field there. $4.40 Loyalty Man. $5 Classic Uniform. $8 down the bottom King Viv. $9.50 Centre Pivot. 14 Hipparchus, back up from Melbourne. 15 Destiny's Kiss. 21 Singing. 51 DIC. So Gay's got the favourite and the roughie. I didn't have Broadside leading. I had Classic Uniform taking this up, with Broadside coming across to sit outside, which if Glyn was knew what he's doing, he'd be looking for one out, one back here.
Yeah. Classic Uniform, that's the right lead up 2 weeks ago, isn't it? The RB race? Is it?
Yeah, it is. It's the Premier's Cup Prelude.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
They even tell you it's the lead up.
Yeah, they do too. I'm still tipping 7 on top, guys. Talented horse. Not worried about the 77 days off. Had the 2 trials, liked the last trial. And
it's got that Rosehill flat, like, you know, the win at Rosehill before we went to the Randwick Glue.
To beat number 2, Classic Uniform, who's going to be in front and hard to beat. And for third, I put in number 6, which is Loyalty Man. Only went so-so the other day, but has that SP profile. Blah, 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 blah.
Well, it's almost
$33 if I can. No, I agree. Look, I'm not keen on the race at all, but Broadside, best horse, seems to go well fresh, or first up. Gay, 1900 metres. You'd normally say that's a bit of a knock, sort of with the days off, but I don't know. Good trainers can do it.
Gee, a lot of these races lately for me, like I look at a race like this, and I'm just thinking, if I can, first of all, if I can get something at top odds and then lay it at short odds, they become almost trading events, some of these. Yeah. You don't even try to pick the winner. And then worrying about the Manning Yard Mile, which would be very important to me there with Broadside.
Yeah, well, look, the advantage he's got here is the DF aspect.
It is DF.
Because you've got Classic Uniform, Centre Pivot and Loyalty Man all pulling on each other.
Stuck together like pieces of rubbish.
So, I mean, that's a classic pearl where you've got these things that are working against each other. A bit like the first race yesterday at Hawkesbury, where you had Chris Lees, which just went so-so first up at Scone, and there was the horse that was meeting at 5 kilos better, the Les Tilley horse and the local horse, and you're going, well, it's opening up the race, isn't it?
Yeah, next thing, unraced DF at 40s, Brad Widdop, who had 2 winners just at 40s, and a pretty good trainer by the look of it.
Yeah, he is going well. The Singing was in this race last year as a hardened the market. Well, he's obviously had issues and hasn't even trialled for this, I believe. Look, Broadside, I see the obvious appeal. I will say that Centre Pivot is ready to run a race. I know
we said that last week.
Yeah, we said that last week after he ran. You know, how he pulled his way around to chase Arbitrum.
I agree. But he's joined to all of them.
All right, that's the end of part 1.
We'll get to more exciting quaddy leagues.
I'll pump Glenn's tyres up during the break, and we'll come back with.
No, it's just, I've got the shin cancer, I've got the flu, and just the first 5 I've tipped nearly every favourite. Like, why would I be excited?
I don't know. You've got to find something to get excited about.
Yeah, bed this afternoon. We'll see you next time.
Very good.